Great morning, everyone. Happy Monday. How y'all doing out there? Happy Monday. As y'all come on, drop y'all city and y'all state. Let us know where you are joining us from this Monday morning. We are here as usual, our normal Monday morning business talk. Good morning, Tracy. Off of YouTube, how are you doing? We are good. We are good. I hope you're doing well this morning. Hope you're doing well. So as y'all jump on, drop y'all city, y'all state, let us know where you are joining us from. Good morning, Priscilla. Hope you're feeling better. Good morning, good morning.
Well. Is anybody here? All right.
A couple people.
If you wanted it for free, it's time to get it. All right. This our free gift from us to you. Grand Rising. Drop city and state, like, share, and tag. Let us know where you tune in from. My name is Eric. I always catch you with that cough in your mouth, huh?
I'm D, y'all.
And this
Why you do that? You know I be sipping my coffee.
This is the Blank Spot Academy, y'all. Hey, so do me a favor. I need y'all to do us a favor, right? Okay. Okay, yeah, there you go. I need y'all to do us a favor, right? If you want to support us, share it. If you want to help us to grow, share it. That's it. You know, purchasing stuff from our store is amazing as well, but support starts off with sharing our stuff.
Share.
So
share, like.
Like it, share it, tag somebody. You can do that on YouTube and on Facebook. You can do that on TikTok as well. Share it. You never know, somebody might want to hear this word this morning. So matter of fact, where your phone at? Got your phone on you?
My phone.
Share it to our go to our business page and share it to a couple of groups. So we about to get started this morning, man. Y'all ready for the conversation? Everybody say yeah.
Huh? You know it's on your page too.
Nah, it's not. It just says I'm live in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because somebody's got to be.
Okay, so you didn't need to. You know what you want me to do?
I want you to go to our group, our page, and share it. It always says that. I always go back and I delete it off my personal page. Share, man. Share. And Robin, what's going on? Share to groups, and you can hit them guys right there. Yep.
We're reading the page on the group, right?
Yeah, it's in the group already. That's another group. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
What else you got? You got anything else?
No.
You just got junk on here.
No.
Who you following? Anyway.
All in my Facebook business.
All right. So ain't no business. I promise you, ain't no business over there.
All in my Facebook business.
Ain't no business over there. That's strictly entertainment. So give me 1 second. Make sure
Robin.
Make sure this thing is up and.
What's this?
That's Jacqueline.
Oh, hey Jacqueline.
Miss Jacqueline, yeah. It's funny, man. I remember a name before I remember face. I remember a name before I remember my face, man. So we come on every Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking business and or finances. And y'all gonna like this one. So do me a favor. Once again, if you're just jumping on, drop your city and state, like, share, and tag. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And We are going to get started in about 30 seconds. Letting some people come in. Letting some people come in. The topic is taking risks. Taking risks. That is the topic, taking risks. So that's what we're going to be talking about. No risk, no reward, right? No risk, no reward.
I'll show you where it's at.
So we're talking about taking risks.
All right. I'm back.
So Dee went out last night with our daughter to celebrate her birthday. Early birthday. And when she came back, we had to pick up where we left off. Business. So I said, hey, what you want to talk about? What you want to talk about tomorrow? And she was like, I don't know. She always say that. So then I did a different approach. I said, what is on your mind? Mm-hmm. What are you thinking? Mm-hmm. And she said, and I quote, taking risks, not knowing the outcome.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get hot with this one. Taking risks, not knowing the outcome. As business owners, y'all, that's what you're doing. You're taking a risk without knowing the outcome. Mm-hmm. So, if you're jumping on right now, if you're just not hearing this, you're just getting in, Grand Rising, thank you for jumping on. Drop your city and state, like, share, and tag. Mm-hmm. This conversation is for business owners, but it's just as it's for business owners, it's for non-business owners as well.
Absolutely.
Because whether you own a business or not, you're still doing business. So
you're doing business, just
So why you come? Why was that on your mind?
That was on my mind because here at the Blank Spot, we take risks.
Okay.
And as a lot of you all know, we do have a big announcement coming up today. At about 12:30ish, and so that's why I thought about it because of what we have going on, what we have coming up. I thought about some things that we did in the business recently, which was a risk that we took, not knowing the outcome, not knowing what's going to happen, or what the results was going to be. So I just thought about that. Hey, let's talk about that this morning. So yeah.
Yeah. So in life, we all take risks. Mm-hmm. In life, we all take risks, and you're welcome. You're welcome. We all take risks in life.
Yeah.
Whether it's through starting a business, becoming a business owner, or whether it is working a job. Mm-hmm. We all take risks. And to be honest with you, I think that people who work a job take bigger risks. They take bigger risks than people who actually start a business. I'm not talking about people who start a hustle. I'm talking about people who actually are starting a business, getting involved with it, getting deep into what's going on, what you should know, what you should understand, growing that business, and it's an everyday thing.
Listen, I look back at when we first started,
It was reminiscent, wasn't
it? If we didn't take the risk, of opening this store, we wouldn't be here today.
Let's back it up a little bit though. Back it up. Remember when we got our first building?
Oh yeah, we talked about that. We got our first building.
It was about 250
square feet,
maybe 300 square feet. It was small.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to do this retail. It was to do what we started off doing. We still do, which is give webinars and seminars and talk about finances, personal and business.
Yep. Yeah.
And that was our first building. And
that was in what? That was in 2000.
That was in 2017.
17.
No, 16. 2016. 2016. We started making money in our network marketing company, and we started seeing consistent flow monthly. So we took that money and we invested in a place to actually give presentations.
Yeah.
And I think that building, we were making about be honest with you, we were making about a little over $300 a month
Residual.
in residual income.
Yeah.
And we took that $300 a month and found us a building.
Yep.
That ended up costing us, I think, $340 or so because we had to pay the utilities. And we put that money right back into our business.
Yep.
And it was scary. I can remember how scary it was because it wasn't the money. It wasn't the $300. It was the not knowing what type of investment it was going to pay off.
Exactly.
Not knowing what was going to happen.
You know, we got that building so that we could empower the community so that they have a place to come and, you know, for us to talk to them about finance, you know, financial education. We didn't know if people was going to show up, right? But we did it anyway. You know. And then from there,
so let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
Because we gave free classes.
Yeah.
For like a year and a half, free classes, and the risk was totally on us.
Yep.
Which means we were going to be sharing the reward if people actually took heed to what we were sharing, but the risk was totally on us.
Yep.
And it just it's crazy because you said we didn't know. We were in Sumter. If anybody's familiar with South Carolina, we were in Sumter, an old money place.
I heard that thing about this old money here. It's old money here. Well, that was Sumter. You know, people were kind of stuck in their ways. I kind of felt like people were behind the curve.
They are. They're behind everything.
But us knowing that, we still did it. We still, you know, we still got this building. We still promote it. You know, like, you know, we did it. We still did it. So we didn't think about the what ifs.
We didn't think about failing.
We didn't think about it at all. We just did it.
And you're right, Banks. We were about, our office was about 10 minutes from Mars. Our office was about 10 minutes from Mars. Then go to the second building. So that was the first one.
So that was the first building.
We realized that it wasn't going to do anything.
We realized, hey, okay,
we had tapped out.
We got to do something different, right? So then we decided, okay, let's look for something in Columbia. Didn't know nothing about the area or anything. So did our research, and now, you know, we moved up. So now we got So now we got a bigger building. Now we weren't making more money.
Oh, yeah.
We decided to move up.
As we started making more money in our business and growing our business,
right?
We didn't take that money and pocket it.
Right.
We took that money and put it back into the business by finding another building.
Right.
So now we're paying what, $550 a month?
A month.
And we're making about $700 a month in residual.
Right. So now we being smart about this. We're taking risks, but we're being smart about it at the same time. Yeah. Right? You got to be smart at the same time. So we was already making the residual, you know, so we said, okay, well, now we can move up, you know. So we looked for a place in Columbia, found a place, you know. We thought we was doing it. We had
it was a townhouse. It was a townhouse type setup, office space.
Yep.
Where we had a reception area.
We had a reception area.
We had two offices.
We had two offices. Then we had like a presentation room.
Yeah, and that presentation room held about 25 people comfortably.
Yeah.
And we were giving presentations at least 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3 times a week, and we were hosting monthly trainings as well.
Mm-hmm.
We called them Super Saturdays. Okay,
yeah.
We hosted monthly trainings as well, and those were free as well. The members, people who had partnered with us or collaborated with us, and that got the membership. Of course, they had to pay a small fee to enter.
Yeah.
But we it was open to guests. It was open to people. We were advertising, and we were doing well.
We were doing well, and then at the same time with that business, doing well. So now I had the opportunity to move my creative business out of the house into that building. So that was going well, at the same time.
So you had a room for your.
So I had a room for my business, in there.
which was cool.
And so it was cool, you know. So of course we would take that drive every day,
From
you know,
Sumter
from Sumter
to
to Columbia to, you know, work
And I
to
think-
a business.
I think that was one of the biggest sacrifices.
Yeah,
Us getting
Yeah.
up, and you actually had a full-time job.
I did.
You had a full-time job.
So
I would drive every day to go to the
Yeah.
store, to the office, and
So-
it's a discipline thing, man.
it is
really
definitely
is.
a discipline thing.
But then, you know, another opportunity opened up because, you know, that's when you created your LLC
Yep.
for your business.
Yep.
Wealthware and Design.
Did all that.
Wealthware by D.
Mhm.
And then we went ahead and the upstairs of that building became available.
Yep.
So we took yet another risk.
Took another risk. We said, hey, let's get this upstairs. And then now, we can-
$1,200.
yeah, so now it went from $550 to $1,200 a month. But we had a plan. We said, okay, well, if we could lease the upstairs out, then we can just get that money back. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
So we found some business partners that we were already dealing with. We leased the upstairs out. And so
Yeah, we had a bigger space to do
Mhm.
training upstairs as well.
mhm,
And we were making money, and we were investing our money right back into our business.
mhm.
And it seemed like the more risks that we took, and the more manageable we were with our finances,
Yeah.
the better.
Things fall
yeah,
in,
things
they
would
fell
fall
in place.
Yeah,
They fell in place.
we grew out of that.
Grew out of that.
Grew out
Well,
of that.
we stayed there for a couple years.
Stayed there for 2 years.
Then we decided, hey, we need more of a open type space. So now we going from
It was we went from 12
$1,200 to $1,500 a month.
Once again, our business is growing, and we're making money in our business, and we're constantly putting the money back into our business. We had enough money in that business, in that marketing business, to actually fund our building,
Mhm.
to fund all of the expenses for the business.
Mhm.
And we were still giving classes, we were still doing training, and we had a grand opening, ribbon cutting, and all that good stuff. And then the epidemic hit,
Yep. Then here comes the epidemic.
and it shut us down.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when they told us we could not have contact with people, we
We had to pivot.
had to pivot. Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, well, this is how we make our money. So what do? You know? So now comes the idea for the blank spot. Right?
Well, hold on. We did a little bit ahead, because remember, we have national business builders at this time. The whole
Right.
time we have national business builders.
Right.
But we're not getting the cash flow that we need
From
the
that
business.
business. Yep.
So yeah, go ahead.
Now I was just saying, now comes, you know, the idea for the blank spot. I don't think was it you that said, hey, let's try being a wholesale? It was something.
Yeah, you were
I was already doing stuff,
You were
and I
doing
had all
personalized
these
and customization
tumblers,
and
and I
stuff,
said, okay, well, let me get rid of some of these tumblers. And so I put the tumblers on Marketplace. The tumblers sold in 2 days, and then it was like a light bulb went out on our heads, and we was like, wait a minute. So people really looking for these types of things,
Yeah.
you know. And so that's when Eric was like, okay, well, we can
open up a store.
we can open up a store, you
And
know.
we transformed that building that was set up to do presentations, because we had already put all types of office spaces in there that we're
Mhm.
releasing those office spaces out as well.
Yeah.
But we took all that stuff down, opened up the store, and created a space, and brought in some shelving,
Mhm.
brought in some cabinets, brought in some stands, and we created a boutique,
Mhm.
so to say, which
And we had no idea
yeah,
how this was gonna go. Eric had no knowledge of retail. Of course, I came from a retail background.
still don't.
But he had no knowledge of retail. But he was like, "Hey, I think we got something here." Before we did it, we did our research. We went out and we, took a look at some things, and we didn't know what the outcome was going to be. We didn't know if people was going to come. That's that risk that you take.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen. We was just like, okay, well, look, we got to get some extra income coming up in here. Let's try this thing.
At that time,
we did.
At that time, you were ending a contract with our national business builders. We were contracted out, but she was sitting under the
We was contracted out through national business builders with the federal government, but I was the employee.
Yeah.
That was coming to an end.
And
I didn't want to go back to work and doing all that traveling and stuff.
Yeah, and I didn't want you to go back to work.
So it was like, listen, we gotta do something.
So we stayed in that building. In that building, we went from 300 to 550 to 1200 to 15 and some change. Till we outgrew that building, and we probably would have stayed over there because the rent, the lease, was very, very affordable.
It was affordable,
very comfortable.
Yeah.
But it was small.
But it wasn't a retail type atmosphere.
It wasn't a retail atmosphere,
which was what was needed for this type of business.
Yeah. We even had a competitor from across town come by and pop up, and
talk to you later, Bethany.
Come by and walk in and say, "Hey, I heard the spot was small. I just wanted to see where I was sending my customers to.
Oh, okay.
And that particular comment actually propelled us to be where we are right now, because you can either let comments, negative comments, or derogatory or slick slide comments
get to you,
or you can let them,
or you can do something and show them jokers. Okay, you want to come up here and tell me how small it is?
Yeah,
I got something for you.
Yeah, because as small as it was,
got something for you.
As small as the building was, it was about 1,300 square feet.
Yeah.
As small as it was, we had so many sublimation blanks, so many supplies.
Yeah.
We had every space, every nook and cranny outfitted as storage space.
Yeah.
And
and the reason she did that, the reason that person did that.
You say she that's what.
The reason that person did that was because we was growing.
Yeah.
And she saw that we was growing. You know how she saw that we was growing? Because we was taking her business. Her business was,
Well, we weren't taking her business. She was literally running her business away.
She was running it away.
But she wasn't a sublimation blanks store.
No.
She specialized in another area.
Mm-hmm.
And she would some days literally send people over. But at the same time, people would come over in disgust from her business practices.
Yeah.
So, up to date, we're now here, and we moved from there to here.
Mm-hmm.
And
taking another huge risk.
Because
I'm talking about this move right here.
Yeah.
This was a huge risk.
So now neither one of us have a regular job.
Right. There was no money flowing in.
The only
from
income,
that part.
Only income we have coming in is from our marketing business, and that's fluctuating.
Yeah.
Because of the mindset of a lot of people. Then
the pandemic too.
In the pandemic too. Yeah. Then my disability and my retirement. That's the only kind of steady money coming in. But this is how we eat.
This is it.
She didn't go back to work. I ain't going to work. This is what we working on. And we wanted to lay the foundation to share this with you. It's not about us.
Yeah.
But we wanted to share with you because if we are having and experiencing some drawbacks and some concerns and some issues and some fears, some challenges, we know that everybody else is as well. But there is no risk without a reward.
It's not. Listen, it was so many times where I just wanted to go back to work, but I knew that if I go back to work, I'm gonna be away from my family again, traveling, this, that, and the other, and I was just gonna be miserable again.
She still be talking that foolishness sometimes.
No.
She'll say that sometimes, talking about, they got a contract open. You think we should bid on it? Hey, not unless you got an employee.
That's been a while.
Yeah, we ain't playing them games. The thing of it is though, right? We don't know where this business is gonna take us. We don't know. We have no idea where this business is going to take us. Hey, T, what's going on? Thanks for jumping on.
Hey, T.
We don't know where this business is going to take us.
T.
But this call is about taking risks,
but
not knowing the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I want y'all to understand something and just think about this in this context. Many of us, all the time, we go to college. We go to school to make good grades, to get a good job.
Mm-hmm.
We get into all of this debt for school, not knowing if we're going to be able to pay the debt off.
Exactly.
We get into these situations and we make these things up. These situations come up and we don't know what the outcome is going to be. We're taking risks.
So you take risks every day.
Yeah.
So if you can take a risk every day in your personal life, why not take a risk for your business, right? Why not take a risk for your business? Okay. Now, at the same time, you have to be smart. You have to be smart at the same time.
That's when they call it calculated risk.
No,
yeah, seriously. Hey,
you have to be smart.
Thanks for jumping on, Shauna D.
You can't, say, and I'm just going to make an example.
Mm-hmm.
Your job. A lot of people talk about, quit your job, this, that, and the other. Go full time in your business. That may not be the smart risk to take. You know what I'm saying?
At that time.
At that time. So you have to be smart when you are taking the risk. Don't be crazy. Okay? You know that job is paying all your normal bills. Don't be crazy, right? Just keep on going with the job. Just don't be thankful, but don't be satisfied.
When you talk about y'all worry about what I'm doing. When you talk about calculated risks, it's about writing it down, making it plain, writing down the pros, writing down the cons, looking at the market. What is it that people are calling for?
Yeah.
What are they asking for? Are you going to be able to provide what they want, and are you going to be able to keep up with it? That's about growth and scalability. But you're looking at a risk. A risk is getting up out the bed. A risk is your feet touching the ground. A risk is getting in that vehicle and going to that job. A risk is getting up and putting something into something, not knowing if you're gonna get anything out of it. That's also a risk is an investment.
It's right.
A risk is an investment.
Right.
Not knowing the outcome makes it kind of exotic. But at the same time, you got to be smart about it, like D said.
Yeah, it can be scary.
Yeah,
exciting and scary at the same time.
Let's be a little transparent, right? We're not gonna,
as we always.
We're not gonna share numbers with y'all. But so our goal, we have a daily goal.
Yep.
We have a daily goal that we want to accomplish.
Yep.
In sales, okay. We have a daily goal, a weekly goal, and a monthly goal. Well, we don't always meet our daily goal,
right?
And it's a risk to have this store open without meeting your financial goals.
Because it doesn't matter if your goal is reached or not on the first. These people want their money.
Rent is due. So you already know that on the second, if you've already paid your rent on the first, or if you're blessed enough to pay it a couple of days before, you already know that the following month rent is due.
It's due again.
And you cannot slack, you cannot lack, you cannot lay down and play. This is something that's serious. And if we take it serious now, then it won't be a surprise to you when things are not going exactly how you think they should be going.
Right.
When we open these doors, and we come in and we prep, or you may see me on live, or you may see us on live. It's not for the applause and the praise. And thank you, Banks. I appreciate it. You say y'all doing it the right way. Great backstory. Appreciate it. It takes time, is what we want you to understand and remind you of. Not knowing the risk. I mean, how many people would start a business not knowing if it's going to succeed or not? If you knew it was going to, if you knew that it wasn't going to succeed, would you still do it? I mean, and I know that may not be a great example, but if you knew your job was going to fire you,
would you
6 months after you started, would you still go to that job?
Right.
it goes back to not really understanding how things work and not knowing what the outcomes are. It does make it exciting in a sense, but it also makes it scary. And there's a lot of people out here who have an unrealistic expectation of what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything, you can expect nothing.
Yeah. And I think that unrealistic expectation comes from us looking at other people and what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Thinking that it's going to work the same way for you. It will not work the exact same way for you because you're a different person from who that person is. Their drive may be different from your drive. So we can't always look at these other people and be like, man, I just want to be like them. No, you don't know what they had to go through. People tell us all the time, man, y'all got it all together. Y'all this, y'all that. Y'all don't know what we go through every day.
And we ain't got it all together.
Y'all don't know what we go through every day. Y'all don't know how we got here.
Yeah.
We kind of just gave y'all a backstory about it. But y'all don't know how we got here. Y'all don't understand. It was a road that we had to travel down to get to where we are today. And we're still traveling down the road. This is just a pit stop. We're still going.
Yeah, I like
we're still going, but don't always think about what other people have, because you don't know how they got there. You don't know what they're going through right now.
So Pink Elephant Custom says, and thank you for jumping on. Do us a favor and drop your city and state. Says you have to have a plan and some crazy faith. Yeah, I think that part about where James talks about faith without work is dead. I think that part about people have faith, but I don't think that a lot of people know how to activate their faith.
Yeah.
And having a plan is a great start.
Mm-hmm.
You got to write it down, make it plain.
Yep.
Having a plan is a great start. However, if you don't have a strategy to execute that plan,
right,
it's irrelevant. True Prince, Grand Rising, thanks for jumping on.
Good morning.
If you don't have a strategy to execute that plan, then you just wrote something on the paper. And Ms. Jacqueline says, calculated risk. Yes, you have to do assessments.
Yeah.
It doesn't just work like I'm gonna go start a business. You got to do an assessment. You got to look at what's going on around you. We saw that there was a hole in this market.
Right.
That customers wanted to be able to touch their sublimation blanks.
Yep.
Customers wanted to be able to come in and pick them up at a moment's notice. They wanted to be able to touch them. They wanted to be able to feel them. They wanted to be able to talk to somebody and ask questions about how this process is done and how that process is done.
Yep.
And we bit off a lot.
Yep.
I'm not going to say more than we can chew. But we actually jumped into, thanks for the gift.
Thank you.
We jumped into a situation really not knowing that all that was going to follow.
We did not know what was going to happen when we did it. But we did it.
And we're doing it.
Listen, we did it.
We answer more questions. So and I remind people that's on our platforms that, share information and which we're happy and thankful that you share, your experience. But we also remind people on these platforms that we attract a lot of people who are new.
Yeah. Newbies.
They're new, not just to sublimation, but to business.
Yeah.
And many of them don't know if they want to do sublimation. They don't know if they want to start a business. Mm-hmm. So we're very careful with the questions that we answer.
Yeah.
And we're careful with the things that we say, because we can answer a question and somebody take it the totally wrong way.
Yeah.
The way that it's not intended. Mm-hmm. We can ask a question, or we can, say something, and people can be easily offended because they really don't understand or don't know. The whole idea behind what we do is we're wanting to provide a space and a place for people to be able to come to ask subject matter experts like my wife about how things are done and how the process works.
Yeah.
But at the other end of it is this: no risk, no reward. So you can ask all the questions you want, but unless you're ready to take that step, take some action, you won't be rewarded. So you walk in here, ignorant about sublimation, not knowing.
Yeah.
You leave with a small understanding about sublimation.
But now what you gonna do with that?
Because the next thing
you gonna research further?
Yeah.
Or you just gonna stop right there at that little bit of information that I gave you?
Because the next thing is we say, hey, we give classes.
Yeah.
So as soon as we stop answering questions and say, hey, you know, we do offer classes, the conversation kind of turns, you know, sour.
So what we're saying is, you get bits and pieces of information from us, but you have to do your own due diligence to go out there and research yourself. You can't always, you know, depend on everybody to give you everything.
Yeah.
So you have to do your own research and do your own due diligence. Okay, stop waiting on people to give you everything.
And then that a risk itself? Because
it's
two sides.
If you just count on one person or a few people to tell you different things, you don't know what's what. So do your due diligence, do your research with different things, different, ways,
So when you ask somebody something, just so you know, when you ask somebody something, whether they are a subject matter expert, whether you just met them, you don't know if they're a trusted resource or not, or if they're a resource.
Right.
But you're taking a risk with the information that you get.
Mm-hmm. Because you're only looking at one source.
Yeah,
you gotta look at different sources.
You need to look at several.
Are
you all the only blanks store? Are you the only blank store in your area? No.
We're the only all sublimation blank store in this area. What we were doing.
Yeah. So
there was another store that their specialty was something else, but they brought in sublimation blanks.
Yeah, their specialty. We said their specialty was vinyl.
Yeah, they were only doing vinyl.
They were completely total vinyl store.
Until they started bringing in other stuff.
And they started bringing in a couple of sublimation blanks right before we got started. So a part of our market research was to go to their store. And we went to their store, we went to that side of town.
Yeah.
And we checked them out and we saw how they were set up. And we said, hey, you know what? We have been in business for several years.
Yeah.
We understand how business works. And we can do that.
Yep.
And not only did we do that, but we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only are we doing it, but the response that we have from the customers is amazing.
Yeah.
We have a great response.
Mm-hmm.
Customer service wise.
Yep.
It's everybody's gonna get different, different responses or give different responses,
Mm-hmm.
but we're having a great response.
Yep.
So we're the only, and for a while we were the only specialty store like this. Now there's people who have in Columbia, there's people who are probably selling sublimation blanks from their home.
Yeah, from their house.
They may have a website or
and they meet up with you or stuff like that.
But as far as a storefront, somebody being able to come in and we have over 200 items in our store to include ink, paper, tape, things you need to get started. No, this is it.
Yeah.
So and we're taking more risks.
Yes.
We're taking more risks. So
we are taking more risks, and you guys, if you want to, y'all can tune in at about 12:30, and you'll see some things that we're getting ready to do here at the blank spot. So
filling in some blanks, huh?
So we filling in the blanks, y'all. In your business, sometimes you gotta fill in the blanks, right?
You gotta pivot. You gotta shift.
You may try to stay a certain specialty or whatever, but sometimes you got to fill in the blanks, y'all.
Yeah, especially
you have to pivot sometimes, right?
And that means taking risks. Means taking risks. I'm not saying that you should go out and you should buy every new piece of equipment that comes with the new process.
Yeah.
But you may want to look at it, and it may fit your model. You took the risk, believe in yourselves, and it paid off. Yeah, it's paying off, and that's the other thing. I believe everybody has greatness in them.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everybody can achieve a certain level of success. You just have to know where you want to go.
Yeah.
Without a map, without a plan, without any direction, you're just gonna be going around in circles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Taking risks and not knowing the outcome is scary.
Yep.
It is. But I want
Yep.
you to understand something. For everybody out there who has a job, every day you clock out. Every day that you clock out, and every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday that you don't have to go to work, or every time that you have off, you're taking a risk because
Mm-hmm.
they may not be open or they may not be available for you to go
Yeah.
back to that job. So we're
Yeah.
taking risks
Yep.
every day, and it's important to understand what risks you are taking. Many
Mm-hmm.
people don't know the risks that they're taking.
Yeah.
They don't understand,
Yeah.
but we're taking risks every day. But hey, got some time for some Q&A.
Yep.
If anybody has any questions or any comments that you would like to share, we're gonna pause from talking,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna answer some questions or respond to some comments.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So any of you, what's a risk that that you recently taken? And you don't know what the outcome is. Anybody want to share?
Yeah. Hey, Tanita,
Hey,
thanks for jumping
Tanita.
on.
Anybody want to share a risk that they recently taken? That they want to share with us? Okay.
This should be interesting.
If y'all tune in at 12:30, y'all gonna see ours. All right.
Anybody want to share a recent risk that they've taken? It doesn't have to be about their business. It can
Right.
be about anything. Wow. Wow.
Wow, Robin.
And I'm sorry to hear
Sorry
that
to hear that.
because I know it was most likely unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's most likely unexpected. But I know you got a skill set. I know you have something that you can do that you can, that you can shine.
Let it be a sign, Robin.
Yeah.
Let that be the fuel that's gonna get you going in whatever it is that you're gonna do. Let it be a lesson learned. Like you said, that was your risk, right? So now let's do something.
And several people were affected by the epidemic, and surprisingly, they were surprised that they were doing the best job that they could do.
Yeah.
And when the corporations started trimming the fat,
Mm-hmm.
they decided to let some people go in the middle and on the end.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people went right back and got jobs. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't or they shouldn't go back and get a job, but I think them going to get a job after being cut loose should have been a different understanding.
A wake up call.
A wake up call.
Yeah.
That, I need more than just this one source.
Right.
I need to build something.
Get that job, but you need to build something. You got to build something that somebody can't fire you from.
Unless you're gonna fire yourself.
Unless you're gonna fire yourself. Build something that nobody can ever fire you from. Okay. That's important. I think everybody should have that in the back of their minds when you're working a job.
I purchased a new embroidery machine, way out of my price range.
Okay.
That was a risk.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jacqueline, what do you expect? What type of outcome do you expect out of that investment? What type of outcome are you expecting out of that investment? Because that's a huge step when we're giving up our finances.
Oh yeah.
When we're giving up our cash to invest, remember, taking a risk is nothing more than an investment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to get something out of it. We're not knowing the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Anybody else want to share what risk have you recently taken that you kind of not worried, but just you just took a risk.
And like Eric said, your risk, it's gonna be an investment. And guess what happens with investments sometimes, y'all? Guess what happens with investments sometimes?
Sometimes we don't pay off.
Sometimes they don't pay off, right?
Started doing one-on-one classes. I don't really like people like that, but I want to help them. Well, I'm gonna say
Okay.
this. I'm gonna say this, pink elephant, and I want you to embrace. I want you to embrace what I'm gonna tell you because it's gonna make sense, and this is for everybody. Okay, this is for everybody. There's nothing wrong with not liking people in the sense of business.
Mhm.
Y'all probably gonna think I'm crazy. It's when we start liking people personally, is when we start mixing up what business is.
Yeah.
We don't have to. We
Keep
don't
it
have to
biz.
really. And I get you because I don't like people like that either.
Keep it biz.
I don't get down with people like that. I don't really like people like that. But I love helping people. And knowing that division, that separation, it is a challenge because it challenges your personality.
Yeah.
It challenges your patience, not your ability, but your patience and your personality.
Right.
So when you can choose your one-on-one sessions and you can actually interview people and find out if they're a good fit with your personality and you with theirs, then it's gonna make sense.
Yep.
Okay, so that the one thing that you just remember is that you're not gonna be able to help everybody. Everybody's not gonna take you. They're not gonna,
And I think that's the most frustrating thing that I see with Eric is because he loves helping people so much. He shares so much, and like he said, you have to realize that everybody doesn't want help, and it's frustrating. I know,
and
when,
not just everybody doesn't want help, but not everybody wants to admit that they need help.
Yeah.
And not everybody wants help in the way that you're offering it. Let me see. Jacqueline says, been gaining more customers, therefore need to embroider faster. So that means you scaling your business. And that's a whole nother conversation, but you're scaling your business. You made a decision that it was time to scale. And I think that's great, and that's one of the signs that it's time to scale your business.
Yep.
When you're getting more customers,
exactly.
and you can't keep up with the demand,
Yep.
it's time to go hard or
Yep.
go home.
Yep.
And you decide to go hard. So I you know what? Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jack.
Congratulations.
Robin said, I've been a crafter for many years, so I'm really considering a business.
I'm gonna tell you, Robin. If you have the love for what the processes that you're doing, and you're good at what you're doing, then spend some time learning about business.
Yeah, that's gonna be important. That's gonna be most important.
If you're already good at what you're doing and you've licked that issue, then I recommend that you spend some time learning about business, the back end specifically, how business actually works. Because not saying that you don't know, but you would be surprised at the amount of people who say, "Hey, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm gonna start a business," but they're not willing to shift the way that they think about things like money, consumerism, producing. Um, once you start a business, you're on the other side of the counter.
It's a whole mindset shift.
You can't be running around here talking about, well, if it was me, I'd pay this, and it's business now.
It's a whole mindset shift.
Yeah.
So what else? Anybody else want to share a risk that they've taken recently
Or that they're currently taking?
What y'all got? Anyone? Or something that you may be thinking about doing?
I mean, every time we get a new product, man, it's a risk. Just watching you two has showed me how much I don't. Well, that's very transparent of you. That's very transparent of you. And just know that there's some assistance out there. So if you want to talk, reach out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an invite. If you want to talk, reach out, and we can set up some time to talk. But yeah, so not knowing something, once again, not knowing whether it's the outcome, something in general or specific, not knowing can be scary. But I want everyone out there who's considering starting a business.
Yeah.
I want everyone out there who's considering starting and building a legitimate business. I want you to consider how much you didn't know when you first started that job that you worked a long time ago.
How scared were you on your first day? Your first day on the floor, your first day in your cubicle, by yourself. How scared were you?
And you kept on going back.
But you kept going. You kept on going back.
No matter how afraid you were, you kept going back.
You got to keep going.
So, business is not for everybody because everybody's not for business.
Right.
I believe everybody should own something that they can build, that they can leave behind, whether it's a skill that you create, that you polish up on, teaching our kids and our grandkids how to do something for ourselves, which can in turn into some type of resource for ourselves. I think that's very important, but we have to have the mindset to do that. A lot of people not hearing what we're saying when we say, "Hey, you know what? You can't leave your job to your kids.
Y'all cannot leave that job to your grandkids. I'm sorry. It just ain't gonna happen, right? So while you're on that job, be building something, if that's what you want to do, that you can leave to your grandchildren. That you can leave a legacy.
Felicia said,
Felicia said, just invest in a larger engraving.
Engraver. Yeah.
At the end of last year. Okay. That's great, Felicia. That's great.
What are you expecting out of that? What are you expecting out of that? Because that's another something that's important as well. What are you expecting out of that?
Yep.
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge when you actually invest in something and you're looking for a return.
Yep.
But I want to put this bug in everybody's ear. Before you invest in something, know what you expect out of it.
Yeah.
Know what you expect out of it, and know that investment doesn't come by itself. It comes with some bumps.
It may come with some late nights, some bumps,
some hiccups, some bruises,
falls. Yeah.
So yeah. You ready to shut this thing down?
We're gonna shut it down. It's almost 10.
So
we just wanted to come on and talk to you guys about taking risks. In business. We wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that. Because here at the Blank Spot, we take risks, right?
Every day.
Every day we take risks. So just wanted to put that on you guys' mind today. And it's okay to take a risk. Just, you just have to make sure that you're smart.
Yeah, you've done your research.
And you've done your research.
And it's an acceptable risk in your industry and in your business. People are gonna make recommendations and suggestions all the time. They do that here. Why don't you get this? Why don't you get that? That's cool. But it's the risk that we're taking. Yeah. We're taking that risk that if that item is gonna work out, if it's gonna come, first off, if it's gonna get here safely, undamaged.
Exactly.
If it's gonna get here undamaged, if it's gonna sell. And then what type of investment we're putting into it. So
I mean, we at the Blank Spot, we take the risk for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing,
We take the risk for you not having to worry about if something is going to sublimate correctly. What it's going to look like. We take that risk for you, right?
Some people kind of get upset about the process, but unless you're willing to take that risk. Unless you're willing to take that risk, then you're not at that level yet. So But see, before you go, I want you guys to know that I've been watching you and the professor and getting rid of some entertainment that I've been watching.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
Yeah, well, that's appreciated. You gotta actually
listen. Eric always says, "Get educated, not entertained." There's all types of entertainment out there, but are you learning something from that? Most likely not.
Yeah.
So connect with people that you could actually learn something from on these platforms, rather than getting entertained all the time.
Yeah, if you want to laugh, we can have story time on this joint. I got some stories for you. But
we're gonna laugh. We're
yeah,
gonna
have
laugh
some
and
fun.
entertain you too.
I'm
But
gonna tell you,
it's
man,
gonna be mostly, educating you about something.
If making money, building something that's gonna last, and creating some wealth is not entertaining, and I don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm having so much
That's
fun.
our
Man.
entertainment.
I'm having fun, man. I am.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in 12:30.
12:30. You say 12:30? It's gonna be
12:30. We have a huge announcement from the blank spot, y'all. So y'all want to tune in and see what we got going on over here.
All right, so this is Eric.
I'm D, y'all.
And this is the Blank Spot Academy. We're located at 224 O'Neill Court, Suite 26 and 27. That is Columbia, South Carolina. If you are seeing this right now, we're open today on Mondays. We open at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's our time. You can find us on Google. You can find us on our page. The time's on our page.
Yep.
You can search us. We're out there because we're on social media. So we got a lot of presence. Also, make sure you meet up with us here virtually every Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then again, Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we talk about finances, talking about ways to help you to reduce your taxes, your debt, improve your credit, your finances all together. Appreciate it, Professor.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Professor.
But you right on time. You right around the point where I'm about to say my little saying, so you good. So so just make sure you hit us up and you lock in with us. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go to our YouTube channel or any of our other social media handles. They are The Blanks Spot. That's TheBlanksSpot. Also check out our website, theblanksspot.com. TheBlanksSpot.com. We have over 200 items on our website, closer to 3 right now. I'm gonna have to count because we just getting ready to drop a bomb. We're about to drop a bomb, man.
Yes,
and I'm super excited. So come back today.
Yep.
I'm gonna do a notification on TikTok. I'm gonna do a notification on Facebook, YouTube, to set it up so we can do a live reveal of our new our announcement that's coming up. So make sure you tune back in at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, this is Eric.
I'm D, y'all.
Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Once again, like, share, tag, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. And we'll see y'all at the top.
See y'all later.
Because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.